Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Just spend 10 minutes a day listening, and you'll gain new knowledge from a new book. Today, we will explore one of the most famous spiritual books in the world, The Power of Now, by Eckhart Tolle. This book is considered the key to finding peace and happiness in the present moment. Let's see what this book has to offer. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle is a profound spiritual guide that emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment as the path to happiness and enlightenment. Tolle explores in depth how one can overcome suffering, anxiety, and find inner peace by transcending the ego and realizing the power of the now. Below is a more detailed summary of the book. 1. The Power of the Present Moment. Tolle begins by asserting that real life only exists in the present moment. Most people live in two states, either immersed in the past or worrying about the future. However, both of these states are illusions because the past is only memories, and the future has not yet happened. The only thing that truly exists is the present, and being fully aware in the present moment is the key to freeing ourselves from suffering. If people can stop being swept away by constant thoughts about the past and future, they will find peace in the present. 2. The Ego and Uncontrolled Thinking. Tolle explains that suffering arises from people overly identifying with the ego. The ego is not just a sense of self, but an excessive identification with thoughts, emotions, and a personal self-image. The ego creates a false sense of I, separating individuals from reality, and causing feelings of disconnection from the world. The ego desires control over everything and often generates negative thoughts, leading people to continuously dwell on the past, feeling regret, or worry about the future. This results in a prolonged state of psychological suffering. When people realize that the ego is just a part of their consciousness and not their true nature, they can free themselves from its grasp and begin to live more freely. 3. Accepting reality and letting go of resistance. Tolle emphasizes that suffering is the result of resisting reality. When people do not accept what is happening and want to change circumstances, they fall into a state of tension and pain. To liberate oneself from this, Tolle advises unconditional acceptance of the present moment, regardless of how circumstances may appear. This does not mean being passive or inactive, but it involves letting go of mental resistance to what is happening. Only when we accept reality without judgment can we face every situation from a state of peace and deeper wisdom. 4. Escaping psychological time. Tolle introduces the concept of psychological time, meaning the thoughts and emotions related to the past and future. He explains that people often get trapped in a cycle of psychological time, constantly thinking about mistakes, regrets from the past, or worrying about the future that has not arrived. This diminishes their ability to fully experience the present moment. By focusing on the present moment, people can free themselves from the pain of psychological time and find inner freedom. Living in the present also allows them to become more aware and act from a balanced state, not influenced by negative thoughts or emotions. 5. Spiritual awakening is awareness in the now. Tolle emphasizes that enlightenment is not a future state to be achieved but is a state that can be accessed right now. Spiritual awakening happens when people realize that they are not their ego, thoughts, or constantly arising emotions. Instead, they are the awareness behind these thoughts and emotions. When one stops identifying with what they think or feel, they experience deep inner peace. This is enlightenment, a state of conscious awareness, undisturbed by thoughts or the ego. 6. Connecting with the body to live in the present. Tolle suggests that to live in the present, we can use our body as a tool. He advises readers to focus their attention on the sensations inside their body, especially in areas like the hands, feet, or by feeling the breath. When people focus on their body, they move away from the constant stream of thoughts and become more aware of the present moment. This helps them break free from obsession with thoughts and anxiety, bringing a natural state of peace. According to Tolle, the breath is a powerful means to connect with the present because it always happens in the now, not in the past or future. 7. Silent space and the gaps between thoughts. Tolle explains that there is always a silent space between our thoughts. This is the space where our true essence, or deeper consciousness, can be felt. By paying attention to the gaps between thoughts, people will realize that they are not their thoughts, but the presence behind them. This silent space is the source of creativity, wisdom, and peace. It is where people can experience a connection to their true nature and the entire universe. 8. Practicing presence in daily life. To apply these theories in practice, Tolle suggests specific methods. He encourages readers to observe their thoughts and emotions without judgment or identification with them. When realizing that thoughts are merely temporary phenomena, people can avoid getting caught up in their flow. Additionally, he proposes regularly focusing on everyday activities, like walking, washing dishes, or listening to sounds around them, to practice presence. This helps individuals develop the habit of living in the present rather than being immersed in thought. 9. Connecting with universal consciousness. In the final section, Tolle talks about the connection between individual consciousness and universal consciousness. When people transcend their ego and thoughts, they will feel a deep connection with the entire universe. This is the state of unity, where the separate self no longer exists, and instead, there is a sense of harmony with all of life. Enlightenment is not an isolated act but a collective shift for all humanity, as each individual awakening contributes to the overall awakening of the world. In conclusion, the book teaches that happiness, peace, and enlightenment do not exist in the past or future, but are found in the present moment. By freeing ourselves from the grip of the ego and constant thoughts, we can release suffering and find inner freedom and peace. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.